So you telling me United States codes don't work?
No, I'm telling you, you don't know them.
For the record, I am DeMarcus Bay, the implied surety for DeMarcus Contrell Brown. And I would like to file a motion in the court for additional 30 days for me to seek counsel. Is the defendant in error free to go? My name is not spelled in all capital letters. Matter of fact, I filed
Sir, Mr. Bay.
All right, y'all. Today's courtroom meltdown is straight up unhinged. We've got a sovereign citizen who goes full scorched earth on the judge, calls her a racist to her face, and even hits her with a "go back where you came from." Yes, that actually happened. To a judge, in open court, and somehow dude's still standing, unreal. This guy is the Olympic champion of professional victimhood. He's on trial for resisting arrest and assaulting a cop during a protest, but in his mind, he's just an innocent man targeted by the system for speaking truth to power. So here's the question. Should judges—
Right, DeMarcus Contrell Brown.
Your Honor, we were representing him, but we are going to be submitting a withdrawal to you. You should have it shortly.
All right, Mr. Brown, are you represented by somebody else?
Yeah. For the record, I am DeMarcus Bay, the implied surety for DeMarcus Contrell Brown. And I would like to file a motion in the court for additional 30 days for me to seek counsel.
Okay, so Mr. Bay, aka Marcus Contrell Brown, so you're seeking a continuance to get new counsel?
Yes.
Okay, do you have someone in mind, sir?
I not right now. I'm seeking counsel.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to give you a continuance for 30 days, until January 5th. But by that time, you need to have counsel on board when they come back so that they can talk to the state to determine if there's anything they can work out on your case, or if they need to get all of the information necessary for a trial, if that's what you choose to do. So by January 5th, I will expect that you will have counsel.
Well, I have paperwork on the docket that haven't been rebutted. I have affidavits of truth that haven't been rebutted.
Okay, sir, we don't do affidavits. People have to appear in person because there's a confrontation clause in the United States Constitution that says witnesses, you have the right to confront witnesses in person. So we don't do affidavits, okay? If you have witnesses that are going to present testimony or evidence on your behalf, then you have to have them come to court and be sworn in and testify at that time, okay? So we're not doing any dismissing and all of that stuff. No, sir. When you get your counsel, they'll be able to discuss it with the state, and then y'all can present whatever to the court. And
the accusing deputy must be present too, right? Okay.
So the people always say that, but here's the thing. The state gets to choose whatever witnesses they wish to bring, just like your side gets to choose whatever witnesses you wish to bring. You can't rely on them to bring the person that you want. So if you want to subpoena someone to appear for trial, then you need to subpoena them. You cannot rely on the state to bring your witness. Okay.
Okay. I got you.
So, all right. Anything else?
And jurisdiction can't be challenged at any time, right?
No, sir. Jurisdiction rests with this court because this is where the locus of the incident.
Just even entertain this nonsense, or just hit him with contempt and keep it pushing? Let's roll the tape and watch this circus in action. Bro stared down a judge and called her racist, like that's some kind of get-out-of-jail-free card. You resisted arrest. You threw hands at a cop, and now you're standing there acting like you're the protagonist in a courtroom drama. These sovereign citizens really think they're the misunderstood genius in a legal thriller, but in reality they're just speed-running their way to a conviction on camera. And be honest, do they even believe this stuff? Or is it just one long TikTok performance? Because if avoiding legal trouble was the goal, maybe, and I'm just spitballing here, don't assault police officers.
Well,
Mr. Bay, let me just explain something to you. Mr. Bay, listen to me.
Okay.
I went to school for 3 years for this. That's full time. If I had gone part time, it would have been 4 or 5 years. And I have been working since, oh Lord, I ain't gonna give my age, but I've been a lawyer and a judge for quite some time. I've been a judge for 10 years as of this year. A lot of times people come before me because they've learned stuff from other people, or they've gone online, or they've read it themselves. But I tell you, it doesn't work the way you think it works. And so there's a set of statutes, cases, procedures, all of those things that we have to learn. In fact, let me show you something.
Well, how do you have...
Wait. You see this book right here?
Uh-huh.
This is just this year's edition of all the stuff that I have to be able to find to figure out what's going on in your case. This is just this year's edition. And I got a book like this that includes evidence and procedure. I got a whole wall of books. So when you come in here challenging jurisdiction and all of this stuff people have taught you, it's not books.
Can I show you my Black Law Dictionary?
No, sir. Because Black's Law, that's a dictionary. That's not the full case. You know, you come in with all of these ideas about how you think the law works, but every lawyer in here has done at least 3 years of law school and trainings, trials, all of those things. So you're not going to change the way we do things. So the best thing to do is to get an attorney who can talk to the state about your case, and then we can get this resolved. Your case is pretty simple. You got traffic offenses.
Well, I still want you to prove on the record that you have subject matter jurisdiction, personal jurisdiction.
I'm not proving anything on the record, sir. I wear the robe. They put me in this position. I've been here 10 years. If I didn't have subject matter jurisdiction, I wouldn't be here.
So it's not a difference between public and private for the record. There's no difference.
Sir, get an attorney.
Okay, all right. January 5th.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And Mr. Bay/Brown, you've indicated that you wish to have an attorney, so I'm going to rely on the fact that you're going to have an attorney. Don't come back here with the same stuff, and I already told you it's not going to work.
So you're telling me United States codes don't work?
No, I'm telling you, you don't know them. So first of all, right here. The United States codes don't work in Georgia because Georgia has its own code, OCGA.
So the meaning of driver is different in Georgia?
Yes, sir.
But according to 49...
Mr. Bay, I'm not doing this with you. Get an attorney. Okay. Thank you, sir. You're free to go. We'll see you on January 5th at 11 a.m.
Calling the judge a racist while she's deciding your sentence is like lighting your parachute on fire mid-jump. That's not strategy, that's self-destruction. If I were that judge, that contempt charge would have dropped like a trap beat. But to him, that's just more evidence of the grand conspiracy. Let's keep it moving. Why do sovereign citizens always think representing themselves is a good idea? Like, what magical legal powers did they unlock watching YouTube at 2 a.m.? They roll into court with a $10 suit, zero legal training, and a backpack full of nonsense, and somehow still act shocked when it all crashes and burns. This guy is yelling like...
So, DeMarcus Cantrell Brown?
I have interest in that matter. Is the defendant in error free to go?
Is the who, what?
Is the defendant in error free to go?
No.
Well, let the record show the defendant in error is ordered to state and participate.
Okay, who is the defendant in error? That's a new one for me.
The all cap name is trust that I am a beneficiary of. My name is not spelled in all capital letters. I have a court order decree saying that.
Okay, Mr. Bay. Mr. Bay, do you have an attorney representing you, sir?
Attorney General, my Attorney General is online. You may speak to me, sir.
Is the Attorney General, Mr. Bay, hold on. Let me ask my question before you tell me something crazy. Is the Attorney General a member of the State Bar of Georgia?
I'm a non-state actor. I'm a foreign national. Matter of fact, I filed
Mr. Bay. Mr. Bay, I don't care if you were Alexander Putin, the premier of Russia. If you are in Georgia and you're represented by an attorney, that attorney would have to be a member of the State Bar of Georgia. Foreign national or not. Just as if you went to another country and you had an attorney represent you, that attorney would have to meet the requirements of that country and of that state. Okay, Mr. Attorney, Mr. Bay, hush. Mr. Attorney General.
I'm trying to set a record.
Mr. Bay, Mr. Attorney General, are you a member of the State Bar of Georgia? You want to unmute for me?
Speak, bro.
Courtroom volume equals innocence. Bro, you can't outscream Bodycam footage. That's not how evidence works. And the way they act like the judge, clerk, and bailiff are all part of a deep state takedown? Newsflash, they were just trying to finish their morning coffee before you walked in yelling about maritime law. At this point, I'm begging for a contempt charge. If I were on that bench, I'd be handing them out like Oprah. You get contempt. You get contempt. So what do you think? Is he stalling the case, or does he really think he's cooking? Drop your take in the comments. Let's get back to the chaos. Oh, of course it's in Michigan, because apparently that's where sovereign citizen season never ends. This guy really thinks the entire state got together and said, you know what? Let's ruin his life today. Like he's on some government bingo card. Honestly, the FBI should just hire him. Clearly he's cracked the case. But seriously, what's in the water out there?
What's going on is he's a member of a foreign state corporation, basically doing business in Georgia. So
Okay,
basically,
sir, that's not what I asked you. No, sir.
I get what you're saying,
sir.
man.
No, and I get what you're saying, but we're not doing
I
that
know,
because that's not how we operate. Those are not the laws under which I am required to conduct court. So we either gonna do it my way or we're gonna put you
We
on
understand the rules of the court. We understand the rules of the court. I got you.
Okay, are you a member of the State Bar of Georgia?
No, I'm not a member of the Bar of Georgia.
Okay,
What I'm trying to
no,
realize
then
he's doing business
as
way
he
in
can
Georgia,
represent
and that you
himself.
need to take consideration on that matter on how he's doing business in Georgia.
He can represent himself, or he can be represented by a member of the State Bar of Georgia. But he cannot have you represent him or purport to represent him. Okay, that's not going to work. All right. So, Mr. Bay, do you wish to choose someone who is a member of the State Bar of Georgia to represent you, or do you wish to represent yourself?
I invoke my right to remain silent as the beneficiary of Demarcus Cottrell Brown estate.
Okay, sir. So, sir, you're invoking your right to remain silent, which means that you do not wish to enter a plea that
plead to be released.
That would resolve your case today. As such, the court is going to enter a plea of not guilty for you.
I object. You cannot practice law from the bench. Violation on USC 454. Judge practicing law from the bench.
And put you on a trial court, on a trial calendar so that your case may be heard at trial.
I object.
All right, sir. Thank you. You'll get notice in the mail. If anything changes about your address, then you can go ahead and let us know by coming in.
I demand evidence hearing.
You will have that at the time of the trial,
evidence
sir.
hearing.
You're not going to have an evidence hearing today because that's not what we're here for. This is
you are dishonorable. I got your oath, Tammy Long.
So, Mr. Bay, I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. You'll have a trial at which time you can have an evidence hearing. You'll get notice in the mail.
You're in violation of Article 6, Section 2 of the Constitution.
Your notice in the mail, then you can appear for hearing with whatever evidence that you wish to present. Although you are not required to present any evidence or testimony because the state has the burden of proving the case against you. Thank you, Mr. Brown. You're free to go at this time.
All
right.
Every viral courtroom clip has a Michigan zip code. Is there a sovereign citizen? Boot camp tucked behind a Dollar Tree? I'm convinced they're handing out starter kits at gas stations. Includes a fake badge, a pocket constitution, and a deep, irrational hatred for due process. If you're from Michigan and you've got insight, drop it in the comments because I've got questions, and then it happens. The judge finally snaps. Now look, I get it. Dealing with someone who lives in a full-time conspiracy theory is exhausting. But the second a judge loses their cool, that's exactly what these people want. This is the moment. Now they get to say, see, even the judge is unhinged, while they sit there pretending to be the calm one in the room. And the wild part? It works, because once the judge yells, the optics flip. Now they look composed, and the court looks out of control. It's maddening, but trying to reason with a sovereign citizen is like arguing with a magic 8-ball. No matter what you say, the answer is going to be nonsense. And now this guy walks out thinking he won. Congrats, you're going viral for being the lead clown in this legal circus. But maybe I'm being too harsh. What do you think? Did the judge lose control, or was she fully justified? Sound off in the comments. And hey, if this chaos made you laugh, hit like, smash subscribe, and turn on notifications. More courtroom carnage is coming your way. Appreciate you watching. See you in the next one.